Hi. Hey guys.
Hi,
Here
hi.
we are.
I am Autumn Reeser, and in Always Amore, I play Elizabeth. I would like to introduce to you my wonderful co-star, Tyler Hynes, who plays Ben, and we're also joined by our fantastic executive producer, Giada De Laurentiis.
Hi
Yay!
guys.
She wins the award for best wallpaper.
I knew that was coming.
It's
Yes,
so
monkeys and
much better than my
lemons.
background. Yeah, beautiful.
Well, we're excited for all of you to see our new movie, Always Amore. Giada, can you say Always Amore? It sounds so much better when you say it.
Please.
Always amore.
Yes,
There it is.
that is the
There
name
it
of
is.
our
There you go. That's it. We're done.
That's it.
That's it. Oh,
So
man.
we all have a couple questions that Hallmark Movies and Mysteries sent our way. So we are going to answer them today. So let's get started. I have the list here. Wish me luck.
So hold on. Do you start? Are you going to start, or should we ask you the question?
Oh gosh, what do you
No,
think?
don't throw her off. Go ahead.
In our movie, Elizabeth, my character, works with professional consultant Ben, Tyler's character, to keep my Italian restaurant afloat. Without giving too much away, can we share how our characters work together to save the business? Can we?
What do you think?
Can we share it?
Can we share? Well, I think how we do that is you are a little bit apprehensive, I believe, or your character rather, and Ben is trying his best to be understanding while bossy. Does that about sum it up? What
Yeah,
do
that's
you
pretty much that's pretty much
think?
sums
That's
it up.
really not giving away much. Okay.
Okay, what about, here we go. Tyler, what about this movie attracted you to the role of Ben?
So the role of Ben, I think what attracted me to the movie in general was the fact that it was a story about the hospitality industry. And when I was reading the script and one of the earlier conversations that I had with one of our executive producers, um, was that I thought it was nice to tell a story that acknowledged the hospitality industry and perhaps even made for a cathartic experience having gone through the last 2 years with as troublesome as it been for people with small businesses and restaurants and these kinds of things. And so I thought this is an opportunity to use these lovely movies to maybe tell a story that might make some people feel good and maybe feel seen and acknowledged and give us a chance to showcase their story that they've maybe gone through over the last 2 years. This is what originally I was excited about partaking in. How about you, Autumn?
That was a great answer, by the way.
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
I was very attracted to Elizabeth's journey of healing. Elizabeth is a woman who has lost her husband 3 years ago, and they own an Italian restaurant together. He was the chef. He came over from Italy. This is their life. They have a daughter. They've built their whole life around this family they've created at this restaurant. And he passes, and Elizabeth ends up with all the responsibility on her shoulders, not just for herself and her daughter and their healing and recovery, but for the livelihoods of everybody who works for the restaurant. And that really got me on a deep emotional level. I think a lot of women, a lot of us humans relate to carrying so much responsibility on our shoulders, and the deep love that we feel for the people in our life and our fear of letting them down. And I wanted to go on that journey with her, the journey that she finds back to her heart.
I love it. I feel like you were getting emotional while giving that answer, and I got a little bit emotional while you were getting emotional. Let's all slow down here. We just started this thing. Let's save the tears for the end of this interview when I start telling my boring stories. Giada, I'm curious because this has been a movie that's been with you for so long. What about this movie brought you into this world or made you have the desire to even be a part of something like this? I'm curious to know your backstory.
So I come from a movie family.
Yes,
My
yes, as we
grandfather
know.
made many movies over a 60-year period, both in Italy and in the States.
Yes.
And and I've been doing food television for 20 years, and I kind of wanted to go sort of dip my toes in the world of movie making.
Mm.
but in a very sort of in a place of like family and warmth and really feel good more than anything else, and almost like, bring the stories that I've been telling on my cooking shows to life in a scripted movie. And really
Interesting.
that's where the beginning of this was. And I felt like, I've spent over, many years, I've watched Hallmark movies myself, especially when I needed sort of a Friday night get away from everything else. And my daughter and I watch a lot of them. And so I thought, wouldn't it be cool to do something more sort of food centric, hospitality centric, the world I come from, and
Yes.
tell and really make it about Italians and family, and the family, not just the home family, but the extended family that I know too, owning restaurants, and bringing that to life in a scripted movie. And also, I'm a single mom as well. And so I think, I can really relate to Elizabeth's character. And so I wanted all of those sort of elements of storytelling to come together in this movie. I pitched this 5 years ago to Hallmark. So it took a really long time for it to come to fruition. And I was just so happy to hear that it finally came true. And, I think, Tyler, part of it is timing in this life. And I think part of it has to do a lot with why you were attracted to the story as well. And I think that we're ready for things like this, and to see people that working class sort of the working class sort of family owned hospitality and restaurants, and that we are sort of a backbone to the communities that we're in, and we create families in these restaurants that we bring into our own families. And so and never mind the food part of this movie that I just love, and the warmth, and just that all those elements. And so that's how it came to be. It's been a long time coming, but it came, and I'm super excited.
Like a fine wine. It just
That's
needed
right.
to,
That's right.
to
And you guys
ferment.
did an amazing job, both of you, because
Thank
you
you.
have a special chemistry that I don't think you always see. So hats off to the two of you, because that's not an easy thing. But
That's
you
all Autumn. I'm just along for the ride. Autumn is a true professional, as you see with her
I
intro.
think you might have something more to do with it than just along for the ride, but
I was just happy to see Patty McCormick up close and in person, and
yeah, that
be
was
able
pretty
to spend
cool.
time
It's
chuckling.
amazing.
Yeah.
Was Nona part of your sort of history? Like, is there a Nona in your life, and this is how this character
There
came
is,
to be?
but
We know
she's
the daughter.
actually, yeah, there is a Nona in my life, but it's more my Aunt Raffi.
Okay.
And so she has a lot. She has a lot of the characteristics that Nona has in this movie. And when she sees it, I'm sure that
Oh, great. We should get a reaction video to the movie from
she'll
her.
have her own comments for me. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, great.
I don't know that I'm dying for her to see it, but we'll see. Anyhow, yeah. So I was gonna, I was doing an interview about this earlier today, and I said, there's many characters that have elements of many people in my own family. I'm not going to say anything more than Raffi. A lot of them, there's many characters that have those kind of essence. So it's very close to my family in that sense.
I love it. Well, I want to hear all those characters and their comparisons directly to the characters in our movie, so I can now know when I watch the movie who you're
You got it,
drawing
Tyler.
from. Yeah.
Giada, you mentioned the food in this movie. Did you have a hand in creating any of the menus, any of the food that we cooked in this movie?
I did. Many of the dishes, the butternut squash risotto that I make in my restaurant in Las Vegas, the lobster ravioli, which is one of the top sellers in my restaurant in Las Vegas, like many of the dishes. Yeah. And I spent several weeks with Orly on the phone on Zooms with your food stylist and all that, kind of figuring out what dishes they were going to be, what you guys could source, all of that kind of stuff, what felt authentic. I think that's one of the most fun parts of all of this too. Not only seeing the story on page, and then on screen, but the moments in between trying to put these menus together. And then I think you guys did a really great job delivering it all. It's just, I was saying in an interview too that I wished I could have seen more food in the competition and in the kitchen scene of the cooking and stuff. But I'm always going to want that, always. Yeah. But otherwise, Yeah, it was really fun. And it was fun to watch you in your own kitchen go through the book, my cookbook, and pick out a recipe, the crostata. And it's just, it's all. So yes, I did. I did have a hand in that. And it was a blast. It was a blast.
I love that.
I'm going to have to come into one of your restaurants and eat one of these dishes hot, because by the time we're eating them,
I know. Yeah, that's one of the secrets, right?
We've been there for a while, so I'm going to look forward to that.
Yeah. People forget that you're not actually getting hot food right from the kitchen like you would in a regular restaurant.
Yeah, no.
It looked beautiful though. It looked that tasty.
It looks amazing. Okay, I'm going to read a question off of this because, viewers will get to learn more about running a restaurant, from sourcing local ingredients to planning the perfect menu. We will get to see Italian traditions like the card game Scopa to family Monday dinners. Without giving away any spoilers, do we each have a scene we can't wait for viewers to see? Do you have a scene you can't wait for viewers to see, Tyler?
I still don't know how to play Scopa, to be honest. I'm just thinking about that fact. I'm still confused about what happened that day. I liked I don't know. There's two things. The very ending of our movie I thought was very, very nice, and I think that turned out quite well. And I enjoyed doing that with you, and I enjoyed the way it shaped up. I love the work that the crew did. I think our cinematographer did a very lovely job. And so I just like the way that all turned out. I loved any moment with you specifically and Nona, Miss Patty McCormick, and our friend Matthew, who plays your chef, your Italian chef with his fantastically authentic Italian accent. These were all enjoyable things for me to watch while we were making them, and pretend like I'm acting in the scene, but really just observing you guys have some fun. It was those are my favorite moments personally. How about you?
Yeah, I'm excited for people to see the family we created at the restaurant, because I think all of our co-stars were so talented and put so much into this. Everybody really took it seriously and put a lot of who they are into it. And exactly what you're saying, like these scenes where we had everybody there together were so special. And I think the audience is going to feel the magic of that.
Did you guys actually laugh and have fun and all of
Never.
that?
No.
I couldn't tell if you were miserable. I figured, Tyler, you would be. But how about you, Autumn? Did you have a blast?
Yeah, I had a great time. There were so many lovely people on this movie. And our director, Kevin Fair, was so strong and just helmed the ship so well. And yeah, we had a great time. Even though it was raining during a lot of the movie outside, those scenes turned out beautifully. The atmosphere of
the cinematography was gorgeous.
Yeah.
I
think.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to say that, Kevin and our cinematographer, Sean, were super, super fun, and it was a blast. It was those guys made the whole experience a lot of fun, and there was a relentless amount of times that Patty and I were just couldn't keep it together. So yeah, it was very nice. Thanks to those two gentlemen for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
I was going to say that and I'm not going to give it away, but I think my favorite scene is when Nonna and Ben, you Tyler, are in the kitchen at your house, Autumn.
Yes, I know this scene.
At the stove. And I don't want to give it all away, but that to me is the most fun, because we used to play pranks on each other like that. And so it made me chuckle to see it on screen. But that was my favorite fun scenes.
Yes, that was the first day that we were all, I believe that was the first day that we had Patty and we were all working together. And it was my first time really seeing her in action. And I was just busting up after every one of her takes because she was so magical. She was like this little fairy, just completely present to the moment that was happening. And she has this great unpredictability where you never quite know what's going to happen. And I think sometimes she doesn't know what's going to happen either. And it's so delightful. I think people are just going to fall in love with her.
Yeah, that was really fun. Yes.
Okay. Any more? Let's see. Question. Yes. Okay. So Tyler mentioned Scopa. I had to play Scopa on camera. I was watching YouTube videos on how to play it, but
Not an easy game.
I never got to actually sit down and play it with somebody, like a full game through. Did you play Scopa growing up, Giada?
Oh yeah, we played Scopa a lot. It's not an easy game either. It's not like it's super fast and easy. We used to play it on the train rides when we used to go from Rome to Milan, where my great aunt used to live. So we would go visit, because I didn't move to the States until I was 8 years old. And so we would go before that. And then when I would go in the summers, we'd take the train from Rome, where I was born, all the way up to Milan, and we would play Scopa the whole time. It's a long train ride. So it takes a while to play Scopa, but it was one of our favorites as a kid. And it's still to this day a really popular game. You'll see a lot of older people, especially men, like they play bocce outside. They also play Scopa outside. And similarly to the experience you had when you had to play Scopa in this movie, Autumn, a lot of bargaining happens over winning Scopa. Yeah, my grandfather used to bargain for all sorts of stuff. So it's definitely part of the Italian tradition, especially in the South.
Doesn't that sound so luxurious to you, Autumn? Like, I think about my upbringing playing like Go Fish on the bus between Toronto and Ottawa, and it doesn't sound nearly as attractive
It doesn't sound as romantic
as what you just described.
at
No,
all. But
not
really,
Not that different.
you just
It's
said
good.
said anything in Italy, and it's immediately romantic.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is a sweet. Okay. Tyler, our characters make a wish in a fountain at the start of working together. What is your wish for the viewers to take away from watching Always Amore?
Lovely. Very well delivered, by the way, Autumn.
Oh, thank you. I was
You're
working
host-
on that. Thank you.
you're hosting this thing like a champ.
Terrible.
No, you're killing it.
I don't know how you got through this movie.
She's just pretending.
Deliver your lines.
She's too good. This would be a mess if I was doing this. So for me, what was it? It was what I hope viewers take away.
Question?
You have to make a wish for what you hope our viewers take away after this movie.
I hope two things. I hope, again, like I said, that there's a feeling from audience members that they want to go support their local restaurants, their local businesses, take somebody out on a date. And it's the best way we can participate and help these businesses continue to thrive or survive this sort of difficult time. I hope people do that. That's one of my wishes. And the other is anybody who's gone through something that trying to let go of or move past or beyond, whatever that is, as your character goes through in this movie. Hopefully there's some catharsis in watching that story and seeing you go through that experience as lovely as you did. Those are the two things I wish.
That's beautiful. I think for me, what I really hope people connect with is the power of community and the idea that family can be anyone you open your heart to and anyone you choose. I think that's really, really important as our world becomes more intertwined and as we're facing all of these challenges as humanity, that we understand that we are all each other's keeper, we are all each other's medicine, and we have to do this together. So I really hope that's what people take away.
Lovely. Yeah. Absolutely agree.
That's
Giada, what do you think? This is your movie.
How about you?
You've been in with this for 5 years. What do you wish at the end of all this 5 years?
That everybody watches it, Tyler.
Yeah, that's it. That's great.
Screen between you and Autumn. Truly.
Okay.
I think you guys, I think that, I know you're being, I just want you to know you guys did a really phenomenal job. I couldn't have imagined it to be that sort of special. And I think that, I know it's difficult, and I think that I want people to, yes, support their local businesses and feel the sense of community with them. I think people have more power than they think they have, and I think it starts in your own backyard. And that can be, your family, your immediate family. It can be your extended family. It can be the neighborhood restaurant or cafe or whatever it might be. But people have more power than they know they have. And we really have more of a community. You just have to, look at your neighbor next to you. And I think that brings people together. And I want them to know that that is what Italian culture is all about, is really inviting people in, whether you're Italian or not. We love to share with people, and we love to really connect over food. And I think this movie does an amazing job at doing that. And at the end, it's all about amore.
Beautiful. Yes.
Is that
Are
the ender?
you guys?
No, okay.
Well, I have a question.
That was such a good ender. I was like, oh,
I know.
that's the way to go out.
Right there, done. But Tyler, I think your fans are going to want to know if you're tweeting live, because I have your fans. Okay, so Tyler and I first met just this December at a Christmas convention that we both did. We did a panel together. I walk out. It is like everyone in the audience is there for Tyler. Like literally, they're screaming. They're losing their mind. They love him. And so I think the Hynes. This is what I hear their name.
Is that what they're called? The Hynes?
Yes.
Okay.
They're going to want to know if you're tweeting live, Tyler. Are you going to be?
Only if you are on them.
Oh.
Of course I'll be there. Anywhere that they want me to be, I'll be there. I'll make my thumbs bleed. That heart button is going to get pressed more times than you can even imagine. Of course I'll be there live tweeting. It's what I live for. It's what I want. I want this. I love the fact that people are even willing to engage in anything that we're doing in this kind of fashion. So absolutely, I'll be there. And if I need to fly to Los Angeles, Autumn, and go into your living room and hold your hand as we live tweet together, that's what I'm going to do.
He's making fun of me because I'm social media averse at the moment.
Oh, are you?
Yes.
And it's not averse. It's healthy to take a break and step away. But yes. I will get on a train and play Scopa all the way to LA if I have to, and get those things working.
Deal. Because I think it's important for people to see this movie. I think Giada touched on it when it was like, this is the time. There's a reason it took 5 years to get made. That's outside of just like the complicated process of making movies. It's because the time is now for people to see this movie. So everyone at home, please watch it. We'll be live tweeting. And I hope that you enjoy. And I'm going to do a rapid fire game of this or that, inspired by Always Amore. So Giada and Tyler, you guys pick the option you like best. So tiramisu or gelato?
Tiramisu.
Gelato.
Pasta or risotto?
Pasta.
Oh, yes. Compete in a baking contest or host a dinner party?
Host a dinner party.
I would ruin both those things. Next.
Listen to live music in the park or go to a cafe?
Live music.
Giada? Same. I wanted to say cafe just because we want to support it, but yeah, live music.
Live music in a cafe. Let's bring them both together. Yeah.
Live music in a cafe. I like that.
There we go. Play a card game or curl up and watch a movie?
Movie.
Curl up and watch a movie.
Yeah. We know that I only play Go Fish, and that's not cool. Sorry, go ahead.
Take an art class or a baking class?
Baking class.
I think I could probably use a baking class. That's probably the most helpful in my life. Especially in these movies, actually. I'm drowning when I'm doing these baking movies. You just see me coming up with stuff like high-fiving your daughter in the movie, just so I can avoid pretending to act like I know what I'm doing, because we all know that.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is why they turn them into montages, because then it looks like we know what we're doing.
I figured.
Yeah. Okay, well, this was so nice to chat with both of you, and Giada, it was so lovely to get to meet you. And this
was a pleasure. Thanks for doing this, you guys. You guys were fabulous. I'm honored.
Super happy to be a part of it, guys. Thank you so much for. Thank you, Autumn, for your hosting duties.
Yes, bravo.
Glad I didn't have to do it, and we're all grateful for it.
Okay, well, everyone at home, thank you so much for joining us. We hope you had fun, and we hope most of all that you will tune in on Sunday, April 3rd at 9/8 Central, only on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries, to our movie, Always Amore. And you can tweet along and use the hashtag Always Amore, hashtag Always Amore. And Tyler will tweet right back at you. And I will too.
Great.
Scopa.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.